Hello, everyone. Bienvenidos a todos. I'm so excited I'm going live with you tonight. Well, tonight where I'm in northern Spain this evening, and I'm sure that a lot of you that are going to be joining are probably from the East Coast over in the US. Estoy ahora en Galicia, en la parte norte de España. Y yo sé que muchos que me acompañan hoy están acompañándome tal vez del este de los Estados Unidos, así que doy la bienvenida. Hoy yo voy a hacer algo un poco interesante para ver si me funciona. Voy a hacer esto bilingüe, so I'm going to be doing this bilingual. A lot of people keep asking me why don't I speak Spanish, because naturally I'm in northern Spain and a lot of people that know me are coming from Miami, and so they do speak Spanish. I have family as well in Cuba. Some of them might be seeing this in Cuba. Entonces, para que me pueden entender. Yo tengo diferentes cosas que voy a decir esta noche, cosas que yo estoy aprendiendo y que estoy muy emocionado y excitado para aprenderlo y también para proclamarlo y decirlo a todos. I'm learning a lot of things, as you may know. I'm going to be covering several different topics tonight, so I might be a little bit all over the place, and that's okay. If you are joining me, I'm actually doing this live from a couple different platforms. I'm on Facebook. I'm also on X, also known as Twitter. I'm on YouTube as well as Instagram. And so feel free to say hi. I do have my chat here so I can see when some of you are joining, and just say hello. And if you have any questions related to the topics of psychology, spirituality, I'm going to also be covering marketing and sales, believe it or not, and some interesting things that I'm just working on. Feel free to put your questions in the chat. Si me están acompañando en español, yo estoy utilizando diferentes plataformas como el Facebook, el YouTube, el Twitter, que se conoce ahora como el X, y también el Instagram. Así que si están en cualquiera de esas plataformas, me pueden escribir un chat y lo voy a ver aquí en la pantalla. Pero como les dije, voy a hablar diferentes cosas. Primero que nada, vas a ver aquí en la pantalla que yo tengo la Q y A, que eso en inglés para preguntas y contestas o preguntas y respuestas. Mejor dicho, lo vas a ver ahí, le puedes cliquear ahí y puedes poner sus preguntas ahí. También abajo vas a notar que hay algo moviéndose. Son las dos páginas de web donde me pueden localizar. El primero es el thrivepracticecoach.com, que tiene que ver con aprender a hacer mercadeo y ventas para personas que están en las profesiones que le llamamos en la Florida los healing arts, que son los artes de sanidad o de salud. Viene siendo la psicología, trabajador social, la salud mental. También puede ser lo que le llaman el life coach o coach también se puede. Y yo ahora estoy haciendo estos tipos de temas porque en la supervisión, porque yo soy también un supervisor certificado con el estado de la Florida para otros psicólogos y también lo que le llaman mental health counselors, que son los terapeutas de maestría o licenciados, que tienen dificultad con lo que es el mercadeo, cómo presentarse a la comunidad para informar a la comunidad que ellos están ahí para asistirles, para ofrecer servicios de salud mental o de life coaching, como les dije, cualquier cosa de esos temas. Yo estoy ahora ayudando, asistiendo personas así, porque como yo estoy en la profesión, ciertas cosas que yo creo que son importantes para ellos saber. Nosotros nos educan a ser psicólogos, a ser terapeutas, pero lo que no nos educan es cómo manejar un negocio, básicamente. Y la consulta viene siendo un negocio. en el sentido, no en el sentido malo, pero en el sentido que si no sabemos manejar la consulta como un negocio, no va a funcionar. Entonces puede cerrar, entonces no vamos a poder dar servicios como personas independientes. Tenemos que entonces trabajar para una clínica, hospital o otro lugar. Okay, so I'm going to now switch to English a little bit here. What I'm doing is I'm doing a couple different things lately, which I'll talk about here. I'm just going to first mention the screen. You see, there's a Q&A for your questions. If you could put them in there, that way I'll get to see them as a question and answer them live. Also, you'll see there's like a ticker or something that's scrolling along at the bottom. Those are my two websites where you can also get a hold of me. You'll see the first one is thrivepracticecoach.com. And that website is where I help other mental health practitioners, psychologists, life coaches, anyone that's part of what we call in the state of Florida healing arts professions. I am there to help those folks. And if you're one of them, I'm here to help you with your marketing and sales part of your practice. We get trained very well on how to use our skills in the mental health field or as a life coach, but we don't really get trained as well in the business side, which is the way that we keep our practice open. And like I said in Spanish, there's really nothing wrong with business. We usually have, well, not usually, some of us don't, but a lot of us have a negative connotation when it comes to business. And we shouldn't. If we're doing things ethically and in the right way, there's a way to offer services to others and promote ourselves. And that's what marketing is about. It's about promoting the work that you do. And so I'm here to help people. And that's where the thrivepracticecoach.com comes in. And so you can take a look at that. It'll ask you for your first name and your email, and then you'll receive a bunch of different things from me. What I'm going to be doing is basically showing you everything that I'm using, all the different tools that I use to market my practice. Una de las cosas y le voy a enseñar eso. También es muy importante como parte del mercadeo es lo que es la media social, el social media, que viene siendo el Facebook, el Instagram, el TikTok, el X. Todo eso se promueve también como parte del mercadeo y es algo que life coach o cualquier persona saben cómo hacer mercadeo o promover sus servicios, porque si no, las personas no saben lo que uno está haciendo. So anyway, basically, again, I'm going to be showing you my different tools. You'll see here also on the screen, I'm sharing my screen because one of the first tools is it's the systeme.io or system.io. I see another E, so I'm gonna I use it like if it were French. So system.io, and there I'm gonna actually switch over there now so you can see a little bit, and I'm gonna walk you through what a funnel looks like. Cómo llevar una persona de un lugar a otro lugar. Entonces la persona comienza en una página del web. Ellos normalmente traen su nombre y su correo electrónico y de ahí lo va a llevar a otra página de web. Y ahí sigue, es un proceso, es como ir paso a paso hasta que finalmente la persona llega a la página para pagar por el servicio. So I'm just explaining in Spanish what a funnel is. And a funnel is a way for you to take an individual on a journey, step by step, leading them until they get to the final page, which is the payment page. And that could take many steps, or it could just take one step, depending on the individual. If somebody's just learning about you, they're not going to go straight and buy from you unless the product speaks for themselves and then they just want to purchase, which is great. But if not, which is the norm, then they're going to go through a funnel or a step by step process. Think of the funnel as if it were like a path. And the path you're going to walk step by step. So you're going to start in the first part of the path, And that's where usually you'll put in your name and your email, and that'll take you to the next part of your path. You usually do this many times when you go on the internet because this is very common. And so, again, it's a way for you to take the person that you would like to work with and serve through the step by step approach. Es una manera para llevar una persona que usted le quiere ofrecer servicios y ir paso por paso. Entonces, eso es lo que yo le quiero mostrar ahora. So I'm going to show you in my other screen. I'm going to actually put this screen larger. There you go. And then I'm going to actually walk you through. The first page would be this page here. With this, I have two separate funnels. And I'm just kind of clicking to make sure you're seeing what I'm seeing. I have two separate funnels here. And I have let me just go back so you can see it again. You have this first funnel and this other funnel, and they're connected. But the way that this program that I purchased that's teaching me how to do this, they split it up into two separate funnels. And I don't know why they do that, but this is how it's done. Excuse me, I might be taking a sip of water because I'm talking so much already. Let's go here to this first one. And this is actually step number one. And this is going to look a little bit different than how others have it using the same funnel. And that's simply because the individual that I follow on YouTube, he happened to be selling this program. And since I followed him anyway, and he's such a great guy, I went ahead and purchased the program, and he had these funnels redone in a way that I really like. And then of course, I ended up redoing them again because I wanted to match my message. So this is your first page here. Okay. Ahora, de diferentes maneras, digital marketing o el mercadeo digital. Okay. So this is the first page here. This is where my clients or prospective clients, those that I've hoped to work with, will land. They're going to land on this page. And again, who am I serving? Who do I want to serve? Well, I want to serve anyone that's in the healing arts professions, psychologists, mental health counselors, social workers, life coaches, or anyone even in the spiritual guide. So it could be an astrologer, intuitive healer, a reiki master, anybody that is going to serve people and they have the intention of helping others. That's really those that I want to serve. Las personas que yo quiero atraer para ayudar son cualquier persona que está en las profesiones de salud mental, psicólogo, terapeuta, puede ser un trabajo social, que en los Estados Unidos el trabajo social funciona mucho como un terapeuta también. También cualquier persona que está ofreciendo un servicio espiritual, puede ser una cartomástica, puede ser una persona, un astrólogo, una persona que hace reiki o que es una persona intuitiva que ayuda a personas. Si la persona está para ayudar, I ended up changing this a bit from the funnels that I was given as part of this program. I changed the background image. I changed this box here, which is what captures the first name and the email. I made it transparent so you could see the man's hand a little bit. I used different colors and I changed the message a little bit because I wanted it to resonate with those that I would like to work with. How to grow your practice. That's really what this is about. It's a marketing plan for those that want to grow their practice. Entonces aquí yo hasta cambié el mensaje, yo puse aquí el mensaje de cómo yo quiero crecer la consulta, cómo uno puede crecer la consulta a través de tener un plan de mercadeo o de promoción. Okay. And so this is what they see. So if you put your first name, and actually, I'm going to go ahead and do that so we could just kind of walk through this. I'm just going to put any name here and an email. I'm just going to make up here an email. And then I'm going to click get my blueprint now. So vamos a probar. Okay, so then this will take you automatically to the next email. And it's a video, as you see there. If I go back here, just trying to make sure that everything, let me just double check here. Perfect. This is actually the first time I use Restream for sharing another screen. Es la primera vez que Facebook en YouTube y eso. Okay, so entonces so this is the second email. You have a video. It tells you more about the product. And then you have some testimonies down here. Aquí abajo tienen personas que están dando testimonio, están explicando su experiencia, y hay estos botones azules. You have these blue buttons where you will just click again, and that'll take you to the next step. We did first step, so today two steps, and that's another video. With step one, you saw that first image, you entered your first name and your email, and then you went to step two, which is a video. You went to step three, which is another video explaining more. And if you see in this video, you have the original, one of the original photos, and you have the original box. In the original photo, it's a young woman with her dog, and she's holding a laptop because it is digital marketing, and she has here the box. So I had to change that. Otherwise, those that I want to attract might look at this and it won't apply to them. I won't connect with them. This is already step three. You have more stuff here. Of course, all of this, I changed it a little bit so that it applies to my clients, my prospective clients. I started here with ready to grow as a mental health professional or spiritual practitioner. You've dedicated your life to helping others heal and grow. This message applies to this ideal client that I would like to work with, which is part of the mental health professions or spiritual practitioner. Entonces, aquí abajo, en este tercer paso, yo lo cambié porque el programa que yo compré para aprender todo esto, ellos dan algo genérico. Entonces yo lo quería cambiar para aplicar de nuevo, imaginar con la persona con quien yo quiero trabajar. Aquí abajo yo también lo tuve que cambiar, porque si la persona lo lee y está en forma genérica, no van a conectar con este contenido y se van a ir. Y la persona que yo quiero trabajar, de nuevo, es una persona que está en las mismas profesiones o profesiones que son similares a lo que yo hago. Entonces, este es el tercer paso. This is, again, the third step, and you've seen the changes I've made. And then we're going to go to the next step. The next step is the actual program. And this is now in the next funnel. Let me go back here. Chat. Entonces, ya estamos entrando en la segunda parte. La segunda parte es esto, que vas a notar que hay varios pasos. Aquí hay mucho más. Y entonces vamos a entrar a seguir. Entonces aquí ya estamos en el cuarto. Este es el programa que me está enseñando cómo hacer mercadeo. Entonces, claro, este programa no son para personas que son psicólogos y terapeutas y eso. Es para cualquier persona que quiera aprender a hacer mercadeo digital. Si usted es alguien que ha oído mucho de mercadeo digital constantemente y no sabe lo que es y necesita a alguien que se lo explique, yo lo puedo hacer, me puedes contactar a mí y yo le puedo demostrar cómo hacerlo. Usted no tiene que ser alguien en las profesiones de salud mental o de personas espiritual. Si usted quiere simplemente aprender esto porque quieres aprenderlo como un negocio cualquiera, también yo le puedo ayudar, pero Mi enfoque cuando yo hago el mercadeo es para personas que están en las profesiones de salud mental, porque esas personas no lo han educado, ¿no? Cuando vas a la universidad y sacas un doctorado, una maestría, licenciatura, no le enseñan cómo manejar el negocio de una cosa. Entonces, por eso me estoy enfocando en esa. Apart from that, this is the first page of this program. Some of you have seen this program on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook or somewhere else. It's a very well known program, the Legacy Builders program. And this program not only teaches you about digital marketing, and it's very good at doing that, it also helps you if you want to sell it. This can be used for you to learn or for you to resell. If you're not interested in reselling this program, then you could use it to learn the program. And there's different levels that you can come in at. I ended up going with the top of the top level simply because it had a lot of things that I wanted to learn. The lower levels, some of the things I already knew, so I didn't really need to start there. I needed to start higher up. And there's different price points, of course. This would be then the sales page for the actual product. Aquí tenemos la página de ventas. Esta es la página que yo les puedo ayudar como un coach o un no supervisor en realidad, porque supervisor es para la persona que va a conseguir la licencia, pero yo les puedo ayudar con asistirle como coaching, como otro servicio adicional que yo ofrezco, aparte de, es como consultos. Pero bueno, esta es la página, la primera página de ventas que es el Legacy Builder Program, como lo ves aquí. Ellos no tienen esto en español. No sé si alguien está trabajando, no lo sé. Yo no lo he visto. Pero bueno, está todo aquí. Eh, Normalmente en Google puedes arriba, debe de haber algo para traducir y lo puedes traducir en Google y le sale en su idioma. Entonces aquí en este programa le explica todo lo que está incluido. Si eres una persona que eres nuevo o nueva en el sentido que nunca has trabajado con lo que es la media social, promoviendo nada, nunca has tenido, has hecho nada con negocio a través del Internet, esto es una manera de aprenderlo. Entonces, aquí hay diferentes maneras de entrar. Entonces, aquí está todo. Entonces, estos son, lo que están viendo son los diferentes niveles, ¿ok? Pero el primero sería el Launchpad, ¿ok? Esta es la primera, como el primer paso. La única cosa es esto, que si entran en este nivel, tienen 30 días para subir al otro nivel y solo pagar la diferencia. Es el único límite que yo veo. O pueden comenzar aquí y después comprar otro nivel. Okay. So here you have the different levels, the different programs. If you're starting from zero, then you're going to be starting with the Launchpad. This is your first step here. Okay. It's also the least expensive program, of course. Now, the only thing is, if you start here and you think you're going to finish the program pretty quickly because you're the type of person that just dives right in, then you might want to reconsider and go for a higher level simply because you have 30 days to upgrade. And when you, within 30 days, you upgrade, you'll pay the difference. That's what I was told. Then you just pay the difference with that. Now, I just went ahead and saw what they each offered. And since I've been doing this a while, I knew a few things here at the first few levels. So I just went ahead and purchased the top level. I don't have to worry about that. And also, the top level had a lot of lessons that I didn't know and I wanted to learn. I'm just learning. And there's a lot of really good stuff here. This is pretty much all the content and information you're going to need to learn to have a successful digital marketing business. Or if you're like me and you have a private practice, This is all you're going to need to start marketing your practice, to marketing, how you work, how you view mental health, how which school of thought do you conceptual, what techniques are you using in the different modalities and things like that. And one of the things that I also talk about is those of us that are in the healing arts profession, we have a code of ethics that we have to really uphold. And that's something that I'm really big on. I talk a lot about that because there are certain things that you don't want to do because that can get you into an ethical dilemma. And that's something you don't want. I mean, I don't know about you, but I've spent a lot of years to get my license as a psychologist. And so I don't want anything affecting that. And so I make sure that I'm following my code of ethics. So that's something that I also get into as well. Basically, this is this whole, I think it's step 5 where we get in here. And then at the bottom, you have another blue button. Entonces, if we click this button, it's going to take us straight into the page to pay, the payment page. And this, of course, you see the price there for the top program. It's 900. They also offer payment plans, so you could divide it up into payments. But I don't want you to get stuck there because I think it's important to see the other ones. And so, for example, let's say we come here and let's say we want, we don't want that one. We want another program. And there should be another button around here. Let me see if I can find it now. Where it says get started and you click it and it takes you here. Okay, here it is. I forgot that it was on this other page. This is the top program that has everything, 900, and there's a payment plan. And then you have the other program. The first one is at 100. Then you go to the 300, which is the passive daily pay blueprint. And then the 600 is the digital mastery. A few months ago, I could swear, but I don't like to swear, that the 600 was the top program. And then they added more things. They're always adding to this program, which is great. And so let's say I wanted just to start with the first level. I would click there, and that'll take me to the payment page for that. And so, again, the whole purpose of this is really to show you the funnel. Esta, porque ya estamos en el segundo embudo, se puede decir, y tenemos la primera página que le dice toda la información del producto, y de ahí puedes entrar para pagar el producto. Si no, eliges otro producto y aquí están los otros pasos. También tenemos los términos. You also have your terms and conditions, which you have to have because it's not only ethical, but it's legal to have that. Let me show you what that looks like. Here are your terms and conditions, your privacy policy. Every website that you have has to have at least your privacy policy because you have to protect the information of all that come to your website. This is here. What you get is you get one that's applied to this program, and then you're going to have to go through and make changes because you have to make it again to you. You have to tailor it to you. You have to add your company name. You have to add your email. You have to have different ways that people get a hold of you. All of that's here. And that's another part of the funnel. Aquí tienes la página de condiciones, también la política de privacidad, que es bien importante, especialmente aquí en Europa. Alrighty here. And so if you have any questions about this funnel or about any funnel, this is very similar to ClickFunnels, or you might be using, I think MailChimp has a funnel section, I think. I haven't used MailChimp in a long time. Also Klaviyo, which I use for email marketing, they have a funnel. But System.io really specializes in funnel. This is where they really specialize in that. You also have an email campaign that's provided to you. También tienes también una sección para los correos electrónicos. Y aquí está, por ejemplo, la lista de todos los correos. This is the email campaign. Basically, when they start with the first step of the funnel and they put their first name and their email, right away the system creates an email to give to them. It's like a welcome email. That would be the first one here. Then it keeps going, and there's like a delay. And the delay you see here, you can change it if you'd like, but here it's like a 1 day delay. You get one immediately, an email immediately welcoming you and all of that. And then you basically have, let me count them, you have nine. 9 days out, the person that came on your site and gave you their information. 9 days out is when it ends. By the ninth day, because all these emails are educating them as they go about the product. There's different videos, there's different links for that. And then finally, with the last one, basically encouraging them to purchase the program. Okay. If they don't purchase it, they don't receive any more emails, which is nice. And so, what I do on my other email campaign with my private practice, as well as my leadership development consulting and coaching practice, I also have something very similar, but it's focusing on those different content. Again, you need to have an email campaign to help you with your marketing in your business. Esta parte aquí se trata de los correos electrónicos y se trata de campañas. Campaña básicamente es parecido al embudo, que hay pasos, pero con correo electrónico. Así que cuando la persona llega al primer paso y pone su primer nombre y después pone su correo electrónico, ya el sistema le da un correo electrónico dándole la bienvenida y todo eso. Entonces ya después de eso, cada día la persona va a recibir un correo electrónico explicándoles no reciben más. Es básicamente, okay? Entonces eso es very important. No matter what business you have, you need to have email campaigns so that people are aware and they get reminded. Also, you're giving them like the information in little bite-sized chunks, if you will. It's important to have that. And also, this is done automatically. So you don't have to sit there every day and write an email and send it to, all these people. So it's automated. And so it's very important to have an email campaign. Esto es automático, así que no es que usted se tiene que sentar todos los días y escribir un correo electrónico. Es algo que se hace okay? Cuando ustedes se levanten y en ese tiempo usted se tiene que dar un momento para respirar, para estar con su cuerpo, para meditar, para leer algo espiritual, cosas así, porque es tan importante de comenzar el día. Algunos de nosotros, incluyéndome a mí, yo soy muy sensible en la mañana. Yo no puedo despertarme y enseguida empezar el día con escuchar ruido, las noticias, música. Eso a mí me vuelve loco. Entonces, hay muchos que son como yo, que necesitan un tiempo no es solo para despertarse, pero es para estar con uno mismo y meditar y eso. Así que todos los días yo medito, yo leo la escritura de ese día, porque yo uso la tradición católica, entonces yo leo quién es el santo ese día, quién es la lectura de ese día. It's so important with everything that's happening in the world to please take a moment when you wake up in the morning to be with yourself, to connect with your body, to maybe if you go for a walk, to meditate. Every morning I need to meditate. I need to have at least an hour where I can just like meditate, get into a zone. And that's what I do there. I was playing my Tibetan bowl because that's how I call in spirit, and I try to get into that mood to meditate. And I follow the Catholic tradition, so I do my reading for the day, and who is the saint of the day. I try to listen to their story and see if anything resonates. But I'm very eclectic in my spirituality, so I think it's important. So please, 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 with everything that's going on in the world, take time to meditate, gather yourself, and if you're the type of person that you can't do that at first thing in the morning, try to have some part of your day where you take that time and just being with yourself. It's so important. Otherwise, you're going to be like a ship in the storm without a paddle or an anchor, because there's so much happening today. I mean, the world is really crazy. And I don't use that term as a psychologist normally, but there's a lot of external forces really pulling at us. And if we are not centered in our essence and who we are, then we could really be thrown off course, and we could be taken with whatever emotion grabs us first. So important. Es tan Entonces, cualquier cosa de mucha emoción nos va a llevar. Entonces vamos a estar como un barco en el alta mar, en una tormenta, sin ancla y nada más que moviendo donde nos llevan las olas. Así que no podemos estar así, porque eso nos empeoramos si estamos así. And so I just wanted to come on here live and just share, this that I'm working on, and also share a little bit about other things like, another thing that I'm also working on, and I'll end with this, is I'm doing this whole program where I'm going through the book of Michael Singer, The Untethered Soul, and looking at it through the lens of Jungian psychology or analytical psychology. So please join me with that. And again, you'll see that I have my books there on my website. I have a book that I wrote, and I'm coming out with another book that I'll have on another website for leadership development. But you have my two websites there, the thrivepracticecoach.com for those of you in the healing arts professions and spiritual practitioners, if you need help with marketing and how to market yourself and all of that. And then the discoveringmyself.com, which is my practice, my clinical practice, where you'll also find other things related to psychology, in-depth psychology. There's a wonderful agent there, a little chatbot that has so much information that you could just go there and just ask that chatbot anything, and it will answer you with anything pertaining to Jungian psychology, dream analysis, depression, anxiety, anything that you want to learn. There's so much in there. I've fed it like encyclopedias of things. And that's another thing that I've had to learn. I've had to learn how to create GPTs, agents, and put them on my websites, because I thought that was so important to have a place that people can go to and get information quickly. Otra cosa que yo hago y me gusta hacer es yo creé los agents o los bots que le dicen, cuando uno va a la página de web, por ejemplo, si van a mi página que está ahí moviéndose, el Discovering Myself, si van ahí, si quieren saber más de la depresión, de la ansiedad, tiene tanta información. Cuando yo lo creé hace como ya unos meses ya. Eso es otra cosa que me dedico. Así que yo no miro la televisión casi nunca. Siempre estoy trabajando y haciendo algo porque me gusta. So I'm not a TV person. If I have a TV night, I usually will watch a few episodes, or binge watch, I think is what they call it. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me this evening. I know I've been a little bit all over the place, If you would like me to talk about specific topics, please let me know, and I will certainly look at that and do it. And so I love talking about many different topics on psychology, on spirituality. I also, as you can see, like marketing and business, because I think it's just so important to be ethical and to be a good business person in today's world. Pero si necesita cualquier cosa que tiene que ver con la parte psicológica de lo que es el waiver o el perdón, me pueden dejar saber que eso es lo que yo me dedico. Okay. I'm in Spanish. One of the other things I do in my private practice in Miami is immigration evaluations, which I've been doing since 2005. And I have over 30 attorneys that refer to me. So if you need anything, any information related to an immigration evaluation for a hardship waiver or for a U visa or for, there's a domestic violence visa, a VAWA, you can certainly contact me and I can give you some information on that. If you want to know anything about the new law with Biden, the executive order, I'll be happy to refer you to any of the 30 attorneys that I work with that are very well known in the South Florida area. And that's pretty much it. So, anything else you want to know, please let me know and I'll be happy to answer. So, this is my first bilingual presentation, live presentation. Es la primera vez. Ya veo que va a ser casi una hora que yo estoy en vivo, así que voy a parar por ahora, pero si hay cualquier cosa que yo les pueda ayudar, por favor, me dejan saber. Y disculpe si he hablado algo que no ha sido correcto en el idioma español. Aunque yo me crié, mi primer idioma fue español cuando niño. Pero yo me crié en los Estados Unidos, así que cuando uno va a la escuela y aprende inglés, que es el idioma de estudiar, uno tiene la tendencia de perder mucho. Así que, y también yo falo portugués también, ¿ok? Estoy aprendiendo un poco de Galicia. Ah, bueno, ha sido un placer, ya no le robo más tiempo y muchas gracias por estar conmigo esta noche y espero que pases. Thank you so much for watching. It's been such a pleasure that you've allowed me to share this time with you because time is so precious. We don't get it back. So, if there's anything else that I can help you with or anything I can speak on that you'll be interested in, please let me know. It's been a pleasure. Thank you. Ha sido un placer. Muchas gracias.